Hey ladies, it's Marie. Hi. This week, in the week of love and Valentine's week, I thought it was a great time to talk about why we don't take as good of care of ourselves as we do everyone else. As crazy busy women, we're high functioning, very good at taking care of everything and everyone in our lives. But we don't necessarily give ourselves the same time and care as everyone else in our life. And why is that? Why is that? Maybe it's because you were taught a good girl puts everybody else first. Maybe you were taught that it's selfish to put yourself first. Maybe it is just that we don't know how any other way to live. But when we are constantly doing for everybody else and not doing for ourselves, ultimately we get drained and stressed and exhausted, and sometimes angry that nobody's stepping up in our lives like we step up in everybody else's. How many times inside your head you were like, why am I always the one who has to do everything? Why doesn't anybody step up like I do? Why doesn't anybody make things happen like I do? Why isn't anybody helping? And the reason why is because you're doing it all. And you're doing a really good job probably. And they don't think you need help. It's that classic Dr. Phil line, you teach people how to treat you. You don't ask for help. So nobody thinks you need it or want it. And so we got to start asking for help. We got to start slowing down and pausing and not just doing in our lives and letting people step in and step up in our lives, okay? And that starts with knowing that we're worth the same attention, love, and tender care that we give everybody else. We need to make sure that we understand our gifts and worth and value. And if we can't articulate it to ourselves, then how can we actually get it in the world? So what I want you all to do this week as we think about it is I want you to write 3 things that you really love about yourself, okay? And they can't be titles like friend, daughter, mother. It is gifts and talents, okay? It is not, I'm a really good mom, I'm a really good sister, I'm a really good mother, whatever. It can't be those titles that we put on ourselves. It actually has to be things that we love about ourselves, things we're really good at. I'm going to say this is really hard to do. One of the things I love about myself is my sense of humor. I like the way I look at the world. I also like that I'm a positive person. How about that? Those are 2. I'm going to give you examples. They didn't have anything to do with friends, although it's really hard not to. Um, those are the low-hanging fruit because it's kind of like serving other people. But what about you? Just you do you love? Answer those questions and expect it to be hard, okay? But let's answer those and start filling our own cup full of what we love about ourselves. Because we need to start recognizing that, to put ourselves first and make sure that we understand that we're as important as everybody else in our lives. And secondly, we need to start asking for help. We need to start accepting help in our life. We need to start, and that's from small things like compliments. How many of you belittle or push off, not belittle, but push off a compliment? You look pretty today. Oh gosh, I barely got any sleep last night. We don't receive even compliments because we're so used to giving. Receiving is downright scary, okay? And that is part of how we receive love in our life. So I want you to start recognizing how you're receiving in your life. I also want you to write down 3 things you love about yourself that can't be a title or role you play in your life, but things you love about yourself, okay? And then I want you to think about those 5 things you wrote when I said bring you joy when you joined this group. The 5 things, how often do you do those in your life? Because if those truly bring you joy, they have to be part of your daily, weekly life. And you got to fit them in, okay? So these are things to ponder. This is serious stuff. You loving yourself as much as you love everybody else, you putting your needs on the list, at the top of the list, is a huge shift in how to move out of crazy busy. It's not easy. There is a lot that's going to get in your way, but it starts with recognition and awareness about what you're doing right now to stop that from happening. So, a little serious of one today, but it's an important subject. There's lots more of that. It takes a lot to build our own self-worth back up when we've been such givers our whole life. And I want you guys to start working on that and recognizing it, because I love you and I'm glad you're here and you clearly want to move out of crazy busy or you wouldn't have joined this group. And as I've said, I'm making it my mission in my life in this next chapter, not last, that sounds so horrible, next chapter of my life, to help women get out of crazy busy, because I did it myself. And if you have any questions or you want to probe this subject, or something that I said really, I don't know, struck a chord with you, messenger me. Let's get on the phone. Let's talk. I'll give you a free coaching session. I want to help. I want to help get to the bottom of why you can't put yourself first, or why you aren't as important in your life as everybody else. Okay? So it's the week of love. Let's start loving ourselves. And let's start by defining what we love about ourselves. All right? Good night. Have a great week. Bye.